Hello, gentle viewers. This is Guardian, welcoming you back to Out of the Park Baseball 23 with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Last episode, we had our off season, and it was okay. Mike Iglesias was by far the best thing that we acquired. A very nice new designated hitter to help speed things along. Other than that, we're returning a lot of last year's players. Mario Rebelar is going to get a full season to show us what he can do. We did add a new catcher in Mr. Raju Samit. We're going to see how he works out. But the rest of the lineup is essentially the same, as is the rotation. Joe Camp is back for more camping, I guess. The bullpen is a bit different, but not hugely. We did acquire Mr. Nate Simmons. We also acquired Joe Janes as a nice lefty killer for us. Joe Jobson is our new closer. Now, I don't know how great he's going to be at that, but we have to figure out something to do with this team. And Jim Gender is, of course, injured, as befits his station. We have a very good bullpen, but we don't have any great relievers. A couple people had recommended that we acquire a true closer, so to speak, and I don't dislike that idea. But it's hard to say where we're actually going to get one. And that is, of course, the rub, as one might say. Like, there are a couple of interesting players, but there's none that I'm willing to invest in. Not really. We could check the waiver wire, and I will do so very quickly here. Like, there's some decent pitchers here, but there's nobody here that I'm looking at that would automatically be significantly better than what we've got now. So if we're going to acquire a new reliever, it's probably going to come from the trade market. And that may be something we consider in the near future. Now, we have one other issue. Not really an issue. Bobby Rodriguez is not developing as fast as I would like. He's in his 4th season in professional baseball, and he's just not getting that much better. He's getting a little bit better, but he's actually starting to lose some of his raw talent. He might end up being a third baseman. I don't think he'd be amazing at it, but maybe he takes over Pozo. Regardless, for right now, we've got a ways to go in a lot of areas. We have some really good top-tier talent, but all of it is in, like, the low minors. We don't really have anybody that's close to being ready for more important work. I could convert Willie Lana to a reliever, but I'd rather let him pitch another year in AAA and see if we can't work on that control just a bit more. But yeah, we don't have a lot of great pitching talent, and I've been saying that for a while now. We probably need to do something to start fixing that. This is weird. The guy is huge, but he's still not even touching 90 on the gun regularly. I definitely didn't expect that. I expected he'd be mid-90s by now, but alas, no such luck so far. Homero Spineo probably has a fair chance to make very rapid progress. Game, stop changing this. I don't need my active roster on here twice. I need my freaking rookie guys. Okay, so Mike Soto. Soto's played 3 years in rookie ball. If he's ever going to get better, he needs to be challenged. I'm going to take over your development because apparently I can't trust my managers to do it. I'm going to put you on the high A roster. Okay. Jose Herrera will likely be quite grumpy that he's been demoted to backup catcher. But the fact is that Mr. Samit just seems like he's a little bit more well-rounded. I at least want to give him a shot. I at least want to give him a chance to see what he can manage. Alright, my friends, I think it is time to start some baseballing. Don't you agree? This is our lineup. I feel pretty good about it. Let's play some baseball games. Once June starts, that's when I might start looking for a closer. There's a lot of ways you can find closers, and I don't want to spend too much money on it. It's also worth asking the question, if we just find like a really tremendous reliever and don't care what position we give him, that may be a viable decision, but not right now. I'm not seeing a lot of great scores for us. We have Ben Toronto back. Mr. Toronto, I think I will have you replace Salgado. And I want you to be the middle reliever that we use most often. And see where that gets us. We don't really know enough about any of our pitchers yet. They all need time to just get loose and figure out what's going to happen this season. So we can start making some changes there. Damn, Hill. Of course, something that happened last episode is that Garrett Gunnell's voter share slashed again. Because people apparently can't make up their mind what they freaking want. Just make him a Hall of Famer. It's fine. It's fine. Boy, too early to say anything significant about our offense, but Mario Revelar competing for a batting title is certainly not something that I would have expected here. Alex Sanchez is actually losing velocity, which means he's probably about done as a quality pitcher. Which is fine. I mean, it's not fine, but I also can't really do a whole lot about it. Edwin Woods is putting a little bit heat on his fastball. That's a good sign. Brandon Baldwin is starting to throw really hard. Cool. Our old pal Chris Barnhart hit 3 home runs in a game. Very nice. I don't have 100 at-bats for anybody yet, so I'm not going to mess with anybody yet. We're just going to keep going and see what happens as we enter the second month of the season. And then maybe make some changes. Well, I seem to be struggling to score runs. It's not pitching that seems to be hurting us. I'm seeing a lot of low scores that we're losing. Which could also be the bullpen fucking up, too. We've always been a slow starting team, though. I wonder if there's a way to predict that. Like, why it takes some of our players so long to get used to things. Oh, somebody said in the comments the last day that you can turn on the draft lottery. It's the only change that they've made vis-a-vis the new CBA. So we might do that with the next draft. I think it's too late to do it now. So we're just gonna get through the month of May and then see how we're doing. All right. So there's not a lot here to get mega excited about. Willie Lana is improving his control. He is making an effort. We're getting to the point where I probably need to give him a shot to at least earn a bullpen job. Oh, Jorge Hidalgo took a bit of a step forward. That's very good news. Very good news indeed. Some people adding some heat. Very nice. Oh, Greg Merrill got 2,000 hits. Good for him, man. Good for him. All right. So we're 32 and 21. We're in first place. Let's see how the season is going. Okay. First things first, Manny Pozo is playing really poorly. Like, really, really poorly. So I probably need to push him down the lineup a fair bit. Like, maybe he'll figure out his shit. I hope he does. But for right now, he's hurting the team based on where he is. Henry Salgado's doing fine. Sean Hill is great. Mike Iglesias is turning out to be everything we expected from him. You love to see it. Our lineup is maybe not where it should be, but it's certainly not terrible. The bullpen is an issue, though. So first thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and consider what to do about Rajiv Samit. 172 plate appearances, and he hasn't even gotten above 200. I think we need to go ahead and put Jose Herrera back in charge. Like, he's hitting 245, which is obviously not great, but it's better than Samit. So we're going to swap the two of you. And then Manny Pozo needs to go lower in the lineup. We're going to put Rebelar leading off for a bit. And that's one change, another change you're going to make. The bullpen. So Joe Jobson is striking people out, which is great, but he's also walking people. And that's kind of problematic. It's not the end of the world. He's still actually being fairly productive. But he's hardly stopping things short. But Alfredo Lozano is maybe the bigger disappointment. And yes, he's getting clobbered this season in a way he wasn't getting clobbered last year. That's okay. But clearly, he's under too much pressure. So I'm going to take him out of the setup role. I'm going to put RJ Padilla in. And we're going to see what he can manage here. And you're not going to be pitching in high leverage. You're going to be doing that. I do want to try to get a better reliever somehow. So let's see who might be on the trade block. There's a couple of really good pitchers, but none of them, like... Is this... Oh, it's Jake Perry, okay. I do like Kevin Salerno. He's got a really good fastball slider mix. I could see acquiring him. And I can have him fairly cheaply. I like Germán Dominguez a little bit too much. I could give you Mr. Razzo, though. Alright, so we have Kevin Salerno now. Now I need to decide who's going to the minors or being otherwise disposed of. Alex Sanchez has really very little to offer us at this point, especially losing velocity. So we're going to try to move him out by trading him for a prospect of any kind, really. Okay. What if I eat his salary? Like, all of it? Does that give me anything? Not anything good enough. I'm going to try to waive him and see if he would take a demotion, and if he won't, then we'll go from there. No, not Alfredo Lozano. Alex Sanchez is the one I want to deal with. And then Kevin Salerno wants to be the closer. I see no reason why he can't. And then Joe Jobson can just be a middle reliever. And we can see how this works out for us. Now, Mr. Salerno will be a free agent. And he wants a whole lot of money. So we are probably not going to be keeping him. But this at least upgrades our bullpen right now. Pitching staff-wise, it's mostly okay. I don't see anybody that's, like, awful. So we'll see what happens with Mr. Kevin Salerno. I guess if he pitches really well, we might re-sign him even at a high rate. But you know how I feel about spending a lot of money on relievers, so it might just be a one-time thing. Okay. Now, the real question is Manny Pozo done? In order to answer that question, I need to take a look at his BABIP. Okay, his BABIP is absolute and utter garbage. It's over 100 points worse than his career average. It is possible this is his new talent level. He has gotten older. His walks are slightly down, his strikeouts are slightly up. This sounds like somebody's trying too hard. But I believe in him. And we're going to give him some time to sort this out. So let's see what happens. Let's go ahead and sim another month and then check in to see how things are going. Okay, cool. Thanks for letting me know, game. Okay, Mr. Sanchez, will you take a demotion? You will not. So this basically gives me two choices here. If I trade you, I really don't want to lose any money. I'm going to do 50% and see what kind of offers this gets me. Absolutely not. Let's do 100%. Because chances are he is not going to meet his vesting option anyway, which gets me off the hook. Sure. I mean, you say we can do better, but I'm not convinced. So we're just gonna do it just to do it. Oh, that is very unfortunate that Willie Lana is gonna be out the rest of the season. Andrew Outlaw. What a great name. What an incredible name. Alright, so we're going to lose one of our utility guys for a few weeks. That's not great, but... we have Manny Toro, so let's go ahead and call him up. And for now, we're just going to let... we're just going to check out our things here. Rebelor is too important to us offensively to let Toro take over that frequently. But if you want to spell Villalobos or spell Clint Daly with Villalobos, I have no objection to that. And then we're gonna do this. Is Sami, does he have a hole in his swing? He is marginally better against righties, but I think Herrera's about the same against either. Yeah, so I have a lot of money to spend next year. It's just about spending that money intelligently. Yeah, Sean Hill won't take a new deal, a big new deal, and neither will Salgado. They both want one-year deals. Which, I get it. I'd like to lock them up if I could, but... Oops, I did not want to know. Just kidding. Do I want to lock up Mr. Espinosa? I can wait till after the season. What about Padilla? Interesting. Okay. Nobody here really wants a long-term contract, which is fine. I'd like to try to sucker somebody into signing a really good team-friendly deal. Yeah, I could probably get him to sign a better deal, but I'm not going to mess with that right now. Let's just keep playing baseball and then see where it gets us here in about a month. We're losing a lot of fairly close games. Which leads me to believe that the bullpen is still an issue. That was 3 consecutive one-run losses. .300 homers for Cerulli. That's very good news. But I am distantly concerned about the number of games we're losing that are close. Okay, he's really struggling in Pittsburgh. He's struggling to throw strikes, so hopefully he figures this shit out. Alright, let's keep going, because it's not the end of the month yet, and then we will revisit and see where we might be able to make some improvements as we get closer to the trading deadline. I do remember J.J. Goss. He was an incredible find. Okay, we're definitely going to do some international free agent signing for sure. Any big movement here? Jim Gender is somehow getting better by not pitching, which is intriguing, but it's happening. Mike Iglesias just randomly got better for reasons I don't fully understand. Okay, we're going to take a look at Ruben Echevarria. I have a cunning plan. Nope, you don't throw hard enough. Turning you into a reliever, I don't think would make a lot of sense. I'd rather just let you keep pitching. But I do think your eventual future will be as a reliever. I don't think you're going to be a starter. Jose Mondaca. Boo. Interesting. You're a very interesting pitcher. The movement is obviously a problem. But if we converted him to a reliever, I bet the movement wouldn't be as big an issue. If I convert you to a reliever, what do you look like? You're a little better. You're not brilliant, but you're a little bit better. I'm going to let you be a reliever for now and see what that gets us. Let's quickly check out the international amateurs and figure out who we might want to sign. Why are you only showing me batting ratings? Here we go. Okay, this is the man we have to have. Fastball, sinker, curve. Great off-the-charts numbers for pretty much everything. He would be an instant injection of talent into our system here. What if I gave you the max, the $5 million? That's what I'd like to do. Like, as amazing as Nelson Orozco sounds, and he does sound pretty great, he's not a second baseman, and I don't need another bat-only player in my franchise. But I do need top-tier pitching talent. Okay, we're going to have some coaching decisions to make. Luis Blanco is out for 8 months. That's unfortunate. Good work, Sean Rowe. Alright, so we're still having chemistry issues? Really? No, they're happy. Don't fucking sell me a bunch of bullshit. Or it's a problem team chemistry. Yeah, the staff cohesion is incredible. They're all happy. I see no reason to let any coaches go unless there's something desperately wrong with them. Give me all of the minor league coaches resigned. Jose Sotillo is incredible. Let's get you an extension. It's like everybody gets along great. The only person who's a bit of a sore spot is... I guess I could let Nelson Acosta go. Because he's sort of the only person who's grumpy. Is Nelson Acosta. So I think we're going to let him walk. We're definitely keeping Thane Clark. That's for certain. Yeah, he's the only guy here that really seems like he's in a bad mood. Yes, please, to Giancarlo Soto getting a new extension. I'm absolutely here for that. I'm just gonna sign everyone to new deals. I'm in a generous mood. I'm hoping I'll get an extension. I'd be pretty shocked if I get fired, but anything is possible. Okay, you're a dick, Danny Figueroa. I want you to be perfectly aware of that. You are an asshole because I really wanted you on this team. Eli Salaya is a decent catcher, but a terrible hitter, so I'd rather go for Hector Medina, who could at least be an amazing hitter. I'm just going to give you the maximum and let you sign. You're a joke, Figueroa. Actually, I'm going to call him a jerk, but... You'd give me the Sean Payne? Absolutely not. There's nothing even remotely interesting about him. Not even a tiny bit. Always good to get out a 17 spot every now and again. Alex Mancia. I think I'm just going to let you go. I wonder if I can get anybody to take him off my hands. Mike Ledesma is just a better version of Alex Mancia, so go forth and have a wonderful time. Damn, Salgado. 3 homers for you. Excellent. Okay. Alright, we can have Christian Jackson back. The question is, do I want him back? And the answer is no. I'd rather let Villalobos and Toro continue to be our utility guys for the moment. Alright. So it's time to draft. Interesting. Ivan Andino is like instantly going to be a megastar if somebody drafts him. That ain't going to be me though. I highly doubt he will make it to my first round pick, but we'll see who is there when we do pick. Alright, we need pitching. I need more pitching in my life. I could use Ricky Robeson if he were a good center fielder, which he isn't. His bat is fairly polished, but the rest of him is not. And if he's not going to be a starting caliber center fielder, and I'm not convinced he would be, he's just not a good choice for us. So we begin with Spandar Avshan. Big kid, really good stuff potential, really good control potential, a nice mix of pitches, but he doesn't throw super duper hard. Now, he is big enough that he could put on some muscle, and his college stats definitely scream incredibly talented pitcher. We also have Danny Brown. Danny Brown is a left-handed sidearmer, but he throws a cutter. And I feel pretty good about a cutter coming out of a sidearm guy. And it's an unusual arm angle slot. Now, the problem with both pitchers is that neither one of them has very good movement. So, if I'm getting a pitcher that doesn't have great movement anyway, I want the better strikeout guy, and so I think we will draft Mr. Avshian. I'm not convinced this is the very best possible move, but we need pitching talent desperately, and so that's what we're going to go for. Okay. So now we're getting into several good players without any players that necessarily mean they're going to be amazing. Tyler Cherry. Unless you put on a whole lot of velocity, I don't like this skill set. You're basically going to be a soft tosser, and you're not going to be able to blow shit past a major league audience. There's a lot to like about you, but there's not a lot to love about you. You're going to be a really good pitcher, but you're not going to be a great pitcher. You're going to be a solid one. But I will take, unless Mario Dickey is something special. Interesting. Very interesting. Mario Dickey is actually an incredible hitter. Okay, this guy could be a two-way star. I would be a fool not to explore that. Alright. You have very good overall offense, and you're not an embarrassment at second base. You've got pretty good wheels, too. I don't hate this package. I'm just not convinced it's a good enough package. You're a very good hitter in your own right. You're a good hitter. Let's go for Tony Laguerre. I think that makes some sense. Wilson Robinales is still here. I know why he's here. It's because he can't play the field at all. Willie Velasco can. Let's grab Willie Velasco. Unless Jordan Brown is something special. Okay, Jordan. Oh, what the hell? Did you have a stroke when typing out your nickname? Okay, you are impossible. But I'm going to try you anyway because I think you could be a special reliever. Nobody wants Willie Velasco. I will take a shot on Willie Velasco. Interesting. You cost me basically nothing other than just a spot, so we're going to give you a shot at it. Are there any other secret batting megastars? Willie Gonzalez is a hit tool and nothing else. But he's also a switch hitter. I will take a shot at him. And then Sandros Serrano is a pretty solid all-around hitter that just doesn't have a position. I will take a shot at that and see if we can develop him. Alright, let's go back to the default view. Nope. Belton's a big guy, so there's always a chance he puts on a little bit of fastball, but his stuff is just not good enough. Today we're into the 9th round, so... Oh, Gary Herrick. A fastball curveball mix. He's a huge guy, though. He's gigantic. 6'9", 225 is like rail thin. Oh, this could be a diamond in the rough. Let's do it. Give me some Gary Herrick. And David Belton is still around. We will try out with Mr. Belton. Is there any pitcher that has incredible stuff left? Luis Aguilar, come on down. I will give you an opportunity. And that's done. I think 10 rounds or 11 rounds of a 30-round draft is more than enough to make my imprint. So first things first, Mr. Dickey here is instantly going to be shortlisted. Because he could be a true two-way player, assuming he develops, and I want to make sure he's set up as one. I want him to do both things in the minors until he proves he's outstanding at one or the other. I have plenty of money, so I am not concerned about being able to afford all these gentlemen. Let's go ahead and shortlist everyone. Shortlist and shortlist. Anybody good enough to get a bonus is good enough to be... Okay, you want $8 million? Are you special enough? You'd be a really good reliever, but I almost feel like I should just let him go. I don't think $8 million is worth it. I don't. There we go. And then kindly give me the offers for everyone else. Yeah, I'm not going to bother with Jordan Brown. That's too much money. I don't have infinite money. It just seems like it. Okay, the Boston Red Sox would give me a bad pitcher. No thanks. Like, I don't care what you're asking for in return. Oh, poor Ruben Echevarria. Alright, who we got? How many people from Pitt? Ty Sims, Joe James, Joe Jobson. And really, not one of my hitters can crack the All-Star roster. That's kind of disappointing, actually. Rory Gratton is still playing? Damn, son. You gotta be like, yeah, you're almost 40. Damn, son. Is Sean Hill really not playing that well? Like, you'd think Sean Hill at a bare minimum would get some attention. But I guess not. That's slightly annoying. It's not the end of the world, like, I'm not gonna cry about it, but that is somewhat annoying. Robbie Rodriguez is on the roster, as is John Navio and Omar Spineo. Or Omer, sorry. And that's... And Lunkung Joe. Joe Mama. There we go. Yeah, you're literally offering me, like, garbage tier relievers. I don't know what it is about my team that convinced you that that's what I need. So, Mario Dickey, I am going to take over your development, my friend. Why can I not... Oh, here we go. Uses a two-way player. And then we're going to let him... He is 18. So I think letting him start in the rookie league is pretty smart. But yeah, this could be a very, very good player. Nice work, Revelar. You know, losing Manny Pozo has given other players a chance to be their best selves. Which is really welcome, actually. How close are you, my friend? 17 more hits, and you will get 2,500. That's excellent. Let's go ahead and jump into the trading deadline, and then we will see what we could do to improve our team. A trade proposal... Pete McRoberts is reasonably good. But I don't think so. Mesquita hit his 400th homer, but we won the game, so that's fine. People can ring up all the career milestones against us they want to, as long as we win the game. I don't give a shit. I mean, it sounds like kind of a dull offer. Get it? Why are you not better? Like, yes, you're a one-pitch pitcher. Okay, fine. I don't know why your stuff is so low. Like, why are you not swinging and missing bats? It's very odd to me. Very odd indeed. I don't know what to do about that. This is exactly the kind of player I'd like to take a chance on. I'm just not convinced I should. We've got the best bullpen in the majors, so I think fucking with it right now is probably going to cause more problems than it solves. We do not steal bases, like, at all. That's kind of funny to me. We just, like, categorically refuse to steal bases, which is fine. I guess at some point I should probably, like, actually try to get a good base stealer just to make the owner happy, but no such luck so far. Oh, poor Mike Soto. That sucks. Alright. So, holy shit, Joe. I'm gonna bump you up to AA. Jorge Hidalgo. I'm gonna leapfrog you to AAA. I think you're good enough to take that jump. You're gonna go to AA though. Omero Spineo. You're not playing badly in AA, but I still need to see a little bit more before I promote you. Like, you should have pretty good home run power. You have 1. So I think we're going to leave you there. We're going to have a decision to make about Robbie Rodriguez starting next season. If you threw, like, 1% harder, I think you'd have an almost guaranteed big-time future in the majors. But as of right now, you don't. So here's an issue. It's not a giant issue, but it is an issue. And the issue is that we have way too many good players and not enough spots for them all. So the question becomes, where do we make upgrades at this point? And how do we make upgrades? What if I turned you into, like, a superhuman reliever and let somebody else start? How would that work out, I wonder? Maybe okay. Joe is a really good catcher. You know what we're gonna do? Do we let the youngster try it? Or do I let him... I'm gonna let him season in AAA. I'm gonna let him season. It's gonna be fine. We'll see what happens. Okay. I wish you had more than 2 pitches. I really, truly do. Can we acquire another starting pitcher? I'd feel a lot better if I could convert Carrillo into being a reliever at this point. I mean, he's durable. That's a big point in his favor. And he strikes people out, but he's not doing either thing as much as he did last year. And that is a concern for me. Is there an interesting starting pitcher available on the free agent market, on the trading market? Hi, Mike Thompson. No, I'm not going to do that. I really thought about it, though. Oof. I am not spending that much money on a starting pitcher. That is not happening. No thanks. You're basically the better striking out version of Carrillo. I think we'll just ride with Carrillo for right now. I don't see any other obvious moves we could make. I could try to bring back Salerno. But the thing is, he hasn't been that great for me. Is my problem. He's been okay, but he hasn't been brilliant. So I'm wondering if trading him might not be a bad idea if I'm not going to keep him anyway. God damn it. I keep hitting the create note button instead of the offer contract button. I'm not paying you $8 million, Ben Toronto. Nope. Yeah, I'm not paying you $14 million. If I could trade you for a good starting pitcher, I think I would. And then I'll convert Carrillo into a reliever. Hello, Jesus Solano. You're already winning my heart right now. Why am I debating this still? Give me Jesus Solano. I guess I should check to see if there's like a 60 starter hiding out in here. No, Jesus Solano seems like an amazing choice. And then we convert the other guy to a reliever and we see how that works out for us. So Solano goes here. Creo converts to middle relief. And he becomes a pretty good one. If we change from middle relief to starter, how much different does he get? He gets a little bit more on his fastball, I think. Yeah, he's a little bit better pitcher as a reliever. Plus, I can basically wear his arm out. So then the question becomes, who becomes our closer? And I think we give the job back to Joe Jobson. I think he can handle it, and we can go from there. And I'm going to put you on middle relief, long relief duty, and see how you turn out. Jesus Solano seems like a really good pitcher. I don't know why he hasn't really caught on yet, but we're going to see what he can do. Anybody else that is worth either trading or... Look, at some point I'm going to have to make a decision about Robbie Rodriguez. On any team but this one, he'd have a guaranteed spot. The problem is that this is this team. I'm happy to just carry him on the 40-man for a couple of seasons and see how he does. But eventually it's going to force my hand. I'm going to have to decide what to do with him. When we get to the 28 players, I think I'm going to call up Joe and give him regular reps at catcher. And maybe also call up Rada. I think that's what I'll do. Oh, excuse me. I'll pay $10 million for the right closer. The problem is that I don't have the right closer. That's our big concern, is we don't have the right closer in-house. Jim Hughes is still playing? Damn, son. Oh, are you in the Indies? Yeah, you're in the Independent League. Man, remember when he was, like, the key to our offense? Like, he was all of it? That was a good couple of years we got out of you, my friend. And then we traded you at the right, and then we put you back in the minors, and it looks like you're trying to catch on in the Indies. To which I say, fair play, my friend. Fair play. How close are we to the milestone watch here? No, I didn't want schedule. I wanted statistics. Where's milestone watch? Is it under history now? Oh, it is under history. Okay. He needs 7 hits to get to 2,500. Nice. Okay, that's awesome. I do have a sneaking suspicion that the Manny Pozo situation is going to work itself out in the very, very near future. And not to Pozo's favor. Because Robbie Rodriguez is going to need a place to play, and while I don't think he's an amazing third baseman, I think he's good enough. And he's a tremendous hitter and needs to be given an opportunity to show that he can play in the big leagues. I'm not going to give up on Pozo easily, and as long as Pozo is still playing at a relatively high level, I'm not going to replace him. But that might be his path to playing time. It might be Robbie Rodriguez playing at third base. Remember, if we get past the wild card series, I would almost certainly play elimination games, especially if it seems like that things are going quite well. Some things are happening here. Okay, Herrera losing defense is a really, really bad sign. Hang on, what did Joe do? Joe just got better. Yeah, so we're going to do this. We're going to call up Joe. And we're going to call up Sal Rada. Rada, you're going to do emergency starting and long relief. And I'm going to, quite frankly, I'm going to start Joe as the number 2 catcher for the rest of the season. And Samit will be the 3rd catcher. But I definitely want Joe getting regular playing time because if his defense slips, there's really little reason to keep Herrera. And then go ahead and generate me a depth chart. Okay, first of all, no. But I don't want him playing every other game, but I do want him playing every 5 games. So go ahead and copy this depth chart, please. And we'll drop that in here. I want you to get some reps in the bigs, because you are obliterating baseballs in AAA. Boom! 2,500 hits. That is fantastic news. You love to see it. You love to see it. So that means, if depending on how many hits he ends the season with. Fair question. Oh, my pitching coach is going to retire. So let's quickly try to refill that role, if and we can. Because I want to fill it right now if we can. Let's get ourselves some Kirby Camacho action. I will never understand why Dan McFarland can't get a shot in the majors. Like, he's an incredibly good hitter. He just isn't getting opportunities. I mean, maybe Virginia Beach has such an amazing first baseman that he can never... Come on, Rich Gonzalez is garbage. I would definitely be calling up McFarland if I were the Virginia Beach Black Aces. Alright, I'm going to do what's called a pro gamer move with Jim Gender. I'm going to rehab him the rest of the season. But my plan is, I'm probably going to put him on the postseason roster. Because he's been really good in the past in the postseason, and he may be like my secret weapon. At least until he gets injured in his spring training game, which would be very on brand for him. Did I increase the number of playoff spots? I don't think I did. I need to remember to do that. I need to remember to set up the draft lottery too. We're the first team in the National League to clinch our division. That's pretty good. Actually, the Mets might have clinched our division first. I'm not sure. Jim Richardson. Why do I have you shortlisted? Oh, did I trade you? I did. For Josh Lynch. You know what, though? That worked out really well. Josh Lynch was an incredible player for us for a very long time. So, I'm not even mad. I'm glad that you had a great career, my friend, but I'm happier about the rest of it. We're going to go and finish the regular season. Do we win 100 games? We win exactly 100 games. That is wonderful news. We're gonna go to playoffs begin day. And then here's where Jim Gender comes in. Henry Salgado was the third best hitter in the National League by most measures, and it's not going to matter because the first two are so bloody brilliant. All right. So first things first, we're going to set the playoff roster. I'm glad that Joe makes the roster. I do want him on it quite badly. Who is the Rada? Oh, Rada's already... Yeah, Rada's off the roster. Why can I not remove you from the playoff roster? There it is. Oh, I think Jim Gender has to be on the 40-man to be eligible. So he may not actually be eligible. If I put you on the 40-man roster... And let me see if he is still eligible. If he is not eligible for the playoff roster, I don't think he is. Oh, he is. There you go. All right. So, Mr. Gender, I want you to come in big time situations. In fact, I'm going to put you as used more often and make you my high leverage specialist. I basically want to work your arm off because you're still one of the most talented pitchers on my team. So we're going to give it the old college try and see how you can manage. My rotation is going to definitely be Sims, Brown, and Espinosa, but in that order. Because Brown's had an amazing season. And Salerno's going to start in the bullpen for now. So we can rock a 4-man rotation. What happened? You just gave up too many homers. That's not a great look, but okay. Alright. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump forward. We're going to start off with Jose Brown. And see how we do here. The Giants obliterated Jose Brown. This is not a great start. And we're done already. We got obliterated by the Giants. Like, that wasn't even close. I mean, Espinosa just got obliterated. I should never let him pitch. What happened to Brown, though? Yeah, Brown just, like, melted. Like, what the fuck, dude? How can you come into such a big spot after it's such a great year and just utterly shit the bed? Like, there wasn't a split second where you were a good pitcher. You just got jumped on and you were never remotely ready. So, yeah. That doesn't work out very well. Really? We got beat by, like, one of the worst teams in the majors that made the playoffs, and it didn't matter. Because my starting pitching just shit the bed. And mostly because Ty Sims never got to pitch. My very best starter now, I think, for 2 consecutive postseasons has never appeared in the postseason. Because he hasn't been... Like, he's always pitching the last day of the season. I probably need to do something about it. But the Giants are making the World Series, so what the hell do I know? I'm really kind of bummed out, actually. I really thought this team this year had a chance to make some real noise, and then our starting pitchers just didn't even come to the game apparently. Which is a real tragedy. If there's one thing I think OOTP kind of needs to fix with their simulation, like how effortlessly people at 50 plus homers, I think needs to be toned down a little bit. Like, Jorge Mesquita just hit 70 home runs this season. Like, what the fuck? I'm never going to get an MVP again because I'm never going to have a player that can hit 70 home runs. Which is whatever. So, before we do anything else, let's talk about before we do anything else, actually, let's change our settings here. So, first things first, we're going to go to Rules, and we're going to do Make Default MLB Draft Lottery Setup. There we go. There we go. And then we're going to go to Options, and we're going to change the playoffs. And I think we need to do... okay, so currently we have how many teams? If we take a look at the number of current teams, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22... 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, and 38. So we have 38 teams. So the question becomes, how many teams do I actually want? Two more teams in each league would make it 20, and would re-enable the seeds again. It'd basically mean, though, like, the downside of that, of course, is that it would be a little bit too easy to make the playoffs, but I don't see a downside right now to going up to 20. And I think that's what I'm going to do for now. Let me know in the comments if you think 20 is too many. It is technically more than half. Why are there so many wild cards? Why are there so many buys? Oh, we basically just make the division round gigantic? I don't know if I love that. Like, I don't despise it. But it's like, unless you're one of the last couple of slots, you don't have anything to play for. Seems not great. So basically 6 teams get to skip the wild card round, and the other 4 teams get a bye. The other 4 teams have to compete for that last spot. I gotta be honest, I don't know that I love this setup. Oh, you literally, and then you literally add another round of the playoffs for the World Series. Absolutely not. No. Really, adding one more team in each league creates a new round. It does. Then that's not going to happen. Yeah, I don't want there to be another round of the playoffs. That's the one thing I want to avoid. Oh, that's interesting. No, that seems a little bit too broken. I don't think I like that. So, here's my dilemma. Right now, there's too much chaos in a 3-game series. Especially since everybody plays that 3-game series. So the question then becomes to do 2 best of 5s and 2 best of 7s. I need to reduce the noise a little bit. It seems like it's way too easy for one team to get lucky in those first 3 games. And then run away like we saw the Giants do. Or maybe I'm inventing a problem that doesn't exist. I am known to do that. So I'm going to leave it to you, my friends, and let you decide what you think the playoffs should look like. If we think there's too much noise in a 3-game series, maybe go to a 5-game series. Do we just eat the extra round and go to 20 teams? Do we wait until there's expansion and then maybe expand the playoffs a bit? I don't know. But for now, I'm just going to leave that as is. Alright, so let's take a look at the news. Manny Carrillo won Cy Young and Reliever of the Year. That's pretty bonkers, actually. Maybe time to give the lad a chance in the big leagues. Clint Daly was completely fine, and I don't know about you, but $2 million for completely fine works for me. Jim Gender, absolutely not. Manny Pozo wants to come back, though. We're going to look at the team as a whole in a minute. I just want to make sure I'm looking at all these decisions here. I got a 1-year deal. That's all you gave me? The coaching staff is happy. This is a problem? What? That's got to be bugged. That's the only thing that makes sense to me is it's got to be bugged. I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's first of all decide who we're going to promote. I could really use somebody who is either easygoing or works well with easygoing. Aldrich Acosta is a really good pitching coach. He's not really that great a manager. Cody Freeman doesn't do much for me. I thought his name was Tato for a minute there. I was like, that guy's amazing. Okay, here's a pretty good bench coach. He is temperamental And he doesn't like other temperamental people. But I don't have any. So I think that would be fun. We're going to go ahead and make Christian James our new bench coach. And then I'm going to promote Clark Egan. Oh, somebody said that low A to high A is considered a lateral move, so they won't take it. They won't consider it a promotion. Can I get Juan Carlos Soto though, or Giancarlo Soto to take the take the promotion? He will take it. Amazing. Somebody with amazing grasp of mechanics would be just tremendous. Let's get Eric Basabi to be our rookie league manager. Okay, coaching is sorted. Let us now look at arbitration numbers. Are any of you going to get the... No. Just full stop, absolutely not. Joe Camp wants $1 million. I see no reason not to give it to him. I mean, you kind of shit the bed when I need you the most, my friend, but you're still better than anything else I've got, so I'll definitely give you a 1-year deal. I will not make you a rotation guy, but I will give you an unspecified role. Joe Jobson ended up being really, really good, so maybe this is my closer for now. I will not give you $4 million though. I will give you... How's that sound? No. I'll give you your arbitration estimate because you'll always settle for that. There you go. And then Anthony Jones wants a new deal. Would I like to do better than him? Yes. Can I do better than him? Unclear. But I see no reason not to just offer him another year on this team. Okay. I'm not paying $8 million for a loogie. You only want $1.7 million to come back. But you weren't that great either. So I think I'm going to try to upgrade a bit more rather than just bring you back. Oh, Ben Toronto, if I can get you to sign again for like another $2 to $3 million, I'll do it. But I'm not going to give you 12. Even 5.5 seems kind of wasteful. So I think I'm going to pass on you as well. So let us now, for the benefit of those with flash photography, let us reference our team and its triumphs and its untriumphs. Henry Salgado really took it to another level this year. Henry Salgado was the best hitter on this team and one of the best in baseball. You love to see it. You love to see him perform at an incredibly high level. Sean Hill, it turned in a very fine season. He's starting to lose a bit of contact, though, which is not ideal. Mario Rebelar was given a chance to prove that he could be a starting second baseman, and he flourished. He hit 300 with 463 slugging. He hit a bunch of doubles, which is probably not fair for him to ask him to replicate. Did Mario Pozo have a great year by his standards? No. Did he have a good year? Yes. I'm more than pleased to see him continue to play at a fairly high level. Was he as good as he's been in the past? He was not. I don't mind that. I don't mind him dropping a tiny bit. Is there any other big round numbers he can go for that'd really help him with his Hall of Fame case? So 175 hits a year basically means we're talking 3 more years. I don't know if he's going to play 3 more years, though. But if he did, he'd get to 3,000 hits. I think he's got a pretty fair chance to make the Hall of Fame right now, but we'll see what happens. Mike Iglesias was what we were hoping for. A very, very good middle-of-the-order threat that did a lot of damage. Johnny Cerulli is starting to slip. And the question is, as always, with any player that is 30 or older, is this the new normal, or is it a temporary setback? His raw power was not there this season. Partly because he didn't hit that well. If we're paying $30 million a year for 2.4 wins above replacement, we're getting hosed. Like, really badly. So this is definitely a concern. Is there anything about his underlying numbers that lead me to think that things might be getting better? Okay, his BABIP was right along the lines of his career average. His strikeout rate went up, and his walkout rate stayed about the same. He just wasn't as good this season. There's no other way to sugarcoat it. He was not as good a player this season. We may need to trade Johnny Cerulli if we can. I don't know that we can. I think we kind of got hosed here by my desire to keep things consistent. I mean, he's still doing lots and lots of damage to righties, so maybe this is just finding a platoon partner for him to try to get something of his old value. But regardless, we might want to consider moving on from him. But nobody's going to want him, is going to be the issue, right? He's just way too much money. So I probably should not have given him so much money. I will take him off the untouchable list. If I were to hypothetically trade Mr. Cerulli for any single player whatsoever, what could I get? Nothing at all. If I eat a quarter of his contract, can I get anything at all? I could get a really great relief pitcher, potentially. You know what? What if I only accept 5% of the deal? Actually, let's do this. You can absolutely have Mike Kuhn. Done. I'm sorry the fans are sad about Johnny Cerulli, but I had to cut bait. I had to. I'm always going to wish him well, but I had to cut bait on him. He was not going to be a very good player for much longer. I don't like making trades like that where it just... actually, can I get you to come back for a year? I will happily pay you $920,000 to see if you can actually pitch or not. That seems very reasonable to me. Yeah, friends. That trade had to be made, and now that gives us a lot more flexibility this offseason. Let's look at the pitching staff. Actually, I didn't finish looking at the lineup, did I? How did Jose Herrera do? He was okay. So was Clint Daly. So was Anthony Jones. I think Joe might be the starting catcher next season, the opening day catcher, because Jose Herrera is just not that much better than him defensively. And I think he would be a fine backup catcher. I truly believe that. So I think Mr. Joe here is going to be our opening day catcher. We're going to see what that gets us. Maybe nothing, but maybe something special. Other than that, we now need a new outfielder. I've got a couple people that might catch my eye. I seriously thought for a minute about switching Iglesias to right field, but he would be awful because he can't field like at all. He's got like all the range of like Saddam Hussein's statue after it was toppled. We might just have to find somebody available that could be a good fill-in at right field for a season or two. Because a lot of my best outfielders aren't ready for the bigs yet. But that's a definite possibility. Mario Dickey, you were an uninspiring pitcher. And not that great at hitting either. So we definitely want to get you another year in the rookie league to show what you can do. So, how did the pitching do? They all sucked at hitting. Understandable. Ty Sims was Cy Young worthy. Ty Sims might very well get a Cy Young this year. And yet he never got to pitch in the postseason, which doesn't make me angry at all. I'm kidding. It makes me furious, but whatever. A very nice bounce back year for Jose Brown. 2 years in a row he'd really been not great, and he just put in a fantastic season. So thank you, my friend. Jesus Solano, who did not make the roster, ended up being a pretty solid pitcher. I've got to see more out of him, but I don't hate what I did see this season. Joe Camp was good. Jobson was good. We got a lot of contributions from different relievers. I'm pretty pleased with what we're looking at here. I feel like the pitching staff is in relatively good hands. But we're going to need to do better this offseason. We need a new right fielder now. Because, now, this trade could totally bite me in the ass. I get it. Johnny Cerulli could have a career renaissance outside of Pittsburgh's park and hit like 60 homers a year and make me look stupid. Completely agreed that is the thing that could possibly happen. But I don't think it will. I genuinely think that Johnny Cerulli's best days are behind him and that I probably should not have given him $30 million for a player that was relatively one-dimensional. Who is our opening day right fielder? I don't know the answer to that question. I really don't know the answer to that question. We could give Germán Dominguez a shot. He's at least got a little bit of pop. I'm not convinced he's all that fantastic. We could give Matt Hawkins a try. He's at least really good at getting on base with enough secondary skills that I think he could go well. But the thing is, he's never hit in the minors. Like, at all. And so we might be better behooved to trade him and see what we could get in terms of a more established prospect. So let me real fast do one more trade today. I want to look at outfielders in exchange for Matt Hawkins. Jose Quintana is thoroughly unremarkable. Hi there, Brian Williamson. We've got a ton of speed. Remember, we keep getting annoyed about not having enough stolen bases. Pretty solid contact. A really good batting eye. This is a potential leadoff guy. Brian Williamson might be our guy. Unless he could do even better. Talking Foong, I will pass on. He's no Fing Fang Foong, that's for sure. Yeah, let's get Brian Williamson. Why not? Like, I get it. I get what Matt Hawkins brings to the table, and I love it. But Brian Williamson is just a better player for our team right now. So we're gonna... I wonder if I can get them to sucker me, give me another prospect, maybe? You don't have very many good prospects, do you? Oh, I'm looking at your AAA, just not your prospects total. You actually don't have that many good prospects, though. Like, Henry Rosen is nothing special. He's an okay hitter, and that's about it. A pitcher who can hold his own offensively is never a thing to be ignored, no. I'm just going to pull the trade. I'm making the right decision. I'm getting a better team as a result. Oh, you auto-renew. Oh, that was the issue. I was basically signing as if it was going to be a minor league free agent. Yeah, I'm going to withdraw the offer. I'm not going to pay him more money to be not as good. Brian Williamson, I'm going to want you to study right field in spring training. But I think you can handle it, and I think we'll be a better team as a result. I know Abby got suckered into another contact hitter. You know it's my weakness, but I think it's a good choice. I think it's got another dimension to this team that we've been badly lacking, and I'm here for it. I'm totally here for it. Plus, we can always try to grab like a one-year stopgap if there's a good one available at right field. But I think this kid could be something really special. I don't know why he played so poorly in San Diego. A 235 is not good enough for a hitter like him that should be like contact first. He just didn't hit baseballs like at all. But I think we could be getting a good one here. I trust my scout. So we're going to see what happens if we give him the role. Okay. Any other prospects I wouldn't mind trading? Oh, I do need to clear off 40-man roster spots, don't I? Oh no, you're actually a relatively decent lefty killer. I could use one of those. Let me just go ahead and waive and designate these guys for assignment to clear up some 40-man spots. Because I'm not going to lose Robbie Rodriguez. That's a given. And Xavier Goodwin intrigues me just enough that I don't want to lose him yet. All right, my friends, let us go ahead and conclude this episode. Both a very good episode and a very disappointing one. Disappointing that we didn't make any noise whatsoever in the playoffs, except for, like, a farting noise. Hopefully next year will be better. And let me know, especially in the comments, if you think we should change the playoffs, and if so, how. Until next time, though, this has been Guardian. Thank you for watching, and I bid you good day.